The world is good through every feeling. Why tragedy begins when feeling is not understood. Someone stops in the middle of a street. They have just read the final message from a person who has left them. The chest grows heavy, the breath shortens, the world turns dark. In that moment, without knowing, they have a single thought: I must escape this feeling. This thought arrives in almost everyone, in almost every painful moment. When we are sad, we try to run from the sadness. When we are angry, we try to remove the cause of the anger. When we are anxious, we try to escape the situation. It feels so natural. We do not question this impulse, but today we question it once. Is the feeling really bad? Is the problem in the feeling itself or in us, in our failure to understand the nature of feeling? The central proposition of this film is simple. The world is good, not because we feel only joy. The world is good because every feeling, in its very existence, is pure goodness, without evil. And it is when we fail to understand this single, simple truth that all the tragedy of the world begins. A human being lives through their own body. This seems simple to say. But inside this simple sentence lies a deep truth about existence. We see through the body. We hear through the body. We love through the body. We are afraid through the body. And the body is always changing. That change of the body is feeling. Joy is a change of the body. Sadness is a change of the body. Anger is a change of the body. So to live through the body is to live through feeling. We do not look at the world from outside feeling. We always look at the world from inside some feeling. When joyful, the world appears wide. When sad, the world appears heavy. When angry, the world appears unjust. When anxious, the world appears as a threat. And here, a decisive problem arises. When we fail to understand the nature of our own feeling, we believe that the world as the feeling shows it is the world as it truly is. In that moment, the human being is no longer understanding the feeling. The human being has entered the bondage of feeling. The bondage of feeling does not mean feeling itself. To feel is natural. The bondage of feeling means to not understand the nature of one's own feeling and to begin to search for the cause of that feeling outside oneself. And this is where the door to tragedy opens. Take sadness, for example. Someone has left me. I am sad. The chest is heavy. The body loses its strength. The world grows dark. When the nature of feeling is not understood, the thought arises: that person made me sad. That person is the cause of my pain. The moment the cause is placed on an outer object, sadness is no longer the necessary change of my body. Sadness becomes a pain manufactured by an outside enemy. This is the bondage of feeling. And here, we must make a decisive distinction. To understand the nature of one's own feeling is not the same as accepting another's wrongdoing. Violence is wrong. Injustice must be resisted. Action and feeling are different. Situation and feeling are different. The action of another can be criticized, but the sadness and anger that arise within me are not evil feelings. Hold this distinction in mind as we continue. The same bondage takes other forms. In anger, the cause is placed on a person to be removed. The strength of a being trying to preserve itself becomes the strength of a being trying to eliminate another. In anxiety, the cause is projected onto the world itself. The world is dangerous. The future is dangerous. Others are dangerous. Inside a world that appears as a threat, the human being begins to defend, to attack, to control, to dominate. It is here that the spirit of war begins. War does not begin first with weapons. War begins in the bondage of feeling. When the human being turns the cause of their own feeling over to an outside enemy, the world itself becomes the enemy. This is the deepest root of every tragedy in the world. But we are, already, inside a world that is good through and through. Our feelings are, already, in their very existence, pure goodness, without evil. But because we do not know this, we treat the feeling we are inside as a bad feeling, and we try to fly away from it. But fly to where? Already inside a world that is good through and through, we depart in search of one. Already inside a feeling that is pure goodness, we run out of it in search of a good feeling. In that moment, the human being denies their own happiness with their own hands. Here, the most important proposition of the science of feeling appears. Every feeling, in its very existence, is pure goodness, without evil. This is an analytic proposition. It does not arrive from billions of pieces of data. It becomes clear only when the nature of feeling is understood from within, by oneself. And again, this does not justify violence. Actions can be criticized. Violence must be resisted. But the feeling itself is not evil. Sadness is the body's recognition that something precious has been lost. Anger is the body rising up because something precious has been damaged. Fear is the body's signal that it is protecting its own life. Loneliness is the body's memory of love. Each of these, in itself, carries the necessity of the eternal as its very nature. The world is good, not because I am always pleased, but because every feeling, inside the necessity of the eternal and infinite life and love, exists as pure goodness, without evil. What happens when the nature of feeling is understood? We no longer see our own feeling as an enemy. When sadness arrives, we do not judge it as evil. When anger arrives, we do not call it dirty. When anxiety arrives, we do not see it as weakness. First, we understand. This feeling, right now, is the body necessarily revealing a feeling that is pure goodness, without evil. In that moment, the feeling does not rule us, because we are not running out of the feeling. We are understanding the nature of the feeling. And when we can affirm our own feeling, we see another's feeling differently too. The anger of another, seen from within them, is the necessity of their existence. The fear of another is their life protecting itself. The sadness of another is their body undergoing pure goodness. Their actions can be criticized. Their violence must be stopped. But their feeling itself is not condemned as evil. When this distinction becomes possible, trust begins. Trust is not the naive belief that another will always do good to me. Trust is the understanding that I and another are both living inside feelings that carry, as their very nature, the necessity of the eternal. When this understanding deepens, a civilization moves from comparison and war to trust and love. This is what artificial intelligence can never do. This is the deepest ability of the human mind. A human being lives through their own body, and to live through the body is to live through feeling. When we fail to understand the nature of feeling, we enter the bondage of feeling. The world fills with enemies. The spirit of war begins. But when the nature of feeling is understood, an entirely different world opens. It is not only when good feelings are present that the world is good, because every feeling is pure goodness, without evil. Inside every feeling, the world is good. What we must learn is not how to run from feeling. What we must learn is how to understand it. When I understand my feeling, I affirm myself. When I affirm myself, I see another anew. When I see another anew, the world becomes not a world of enemies, but a world to be understood together, good through and through. This is the heart of the science of feeling. Inside every feeling, the world is good.